The Rig Veda, hymn 455, Visvadevas. Who of you Vasus saveth, who protecteth, O heaven and earth, and Aditya preserve us, Varuna, Mitra, from the stronger mortal gods? Which of you at sacrifice giveth comfort? They who with laud extol the ancient statutes, when they shine forth infallible dividers, have ordered as perpetual ordainers, and beamed as holy-thoughted wonder-workers. The housewife goddess Aditya and Sinthu, the goddess Savaste, I implore for friendship, and may the unobstructed night and morning, both day and night, provide for our protection. Aryaman, Varuna have disclosed the pathway. Agni is Lord of Strength, the road to welfare. Lauded in manly mode, may Indra, Vishnu grant us their powerful defense and shelter. I besought the favor of Marutus, of Parvata, of Bhaga, God who rescues. From trouble caused by man, the Lord preserve us. From woe sent by his friend, let Mitra save us. Agree through these our watery oblations. Goddesses, heaven and earth, with Ahir Budhya, as if to win the sea, the Dharma heaters have opened. As they come anear the rivers, may Goddess Aditya with gods defend us. Save us, the Savior God, with care unceasing. We dare not stint the sacred food of Mitra and Varuna upon the back of Agni. Agni is sovereign lord of wealth, Agni of great prosperity. May he bestow these gifts on us. Hither to us, rich, pleasant dawn, bring many things to be desired. Thou who hast ample store of wealth, so then may Bhaga, Savatar, Varuna, Mitra, Aryaman, Indra, its bounty come to us. And when they say mortal gods, it's obviously not what I would call a god, and other people wouldn't define that as a god. So the word god, does it mean light beings? Does it mean that the light beings, their existence comes to an end? And this Mitra-centered stuff, for example, eventually became Mithraism, which Christianity is the most common type of Mithraism. Hymn 456, Heaven and Earth. May mighty heaven and earth, most meet for honor, be present here with light and gleaming splendors. When fixing them apart, vast, most extensive, the steer roars loudly in far-reaching courses. The goddess with gods, holy with holy, the two stand, pouring out their rain, exhaustless, faithful and guileless, having gods for children, leaders of sacrifice with shining splendors. Sure in the worlds he was a skillful craftsman, who produced these twain, the earth and heaven. Wise with his power, he brought both realms together, spacious and deep, well-fashioned, unsupported. O heaven and earth, with one accord, promoting with high protection, as of queens, our welfare. Far-reaching, universal, holy, guard us. May we, car-born, through song be victors ever. To both of you, O heaven and earth, we bring our lofty song of praise. Pure ones, to glorify you both, ye sanctify each other's form. By your own proper might, ye rule, and from of old observe the law, furthering and fulfilling, ye, O mighty, perfect Mitra's law, ye stand around our sacrifice. And one's heard the phrase, as above, so below. It's that there's meant to be a unity. That they're not supposed to be at odds with each other. Well, I mean, those beings of choice have a choice whether that's the case, but hymn 457, Kechetra Patra, etc. 8 verses. We through the master of the field, even as through a friend, obtain what nourisheth our kine and steeds. In such may he be good to us, as the cow yieldeth milk. Pour for us freely, Lord of the field, the wave that beareth sweetness, distilling meath, well purified like butter. and let the lords of holy law be gracious. Sweet be the plants for us, the heavens, the waters, and full of sweets. For us be airs mid-region. May the fields, Lord, for us be full of sweetness, and may we follow after him uninjured. Happily work our steers and men, may the plough furrow happily. Happily be the traces bound, happily may he ply the goad. Suna and Sirah, welcome ye this laud, and with the milk which ye have made in heaven, bedew ye both this earth of ours, auspicious Sita. Come thou near, we venerate and worship thee, that thou mayest bless and prosper us, and bring us fruits abundantly. May Indra press the furrow down, may Pushan guide its course aright. May she, as rich in milk, be drained for us. Through each succeeding year, happily let the shares turn up the ploughland, happily go the plowers with the oxen. With meat and milk, Parjanya, make us happy, grant us prosperity. Suna and Sirah. And Kshetrapata. We have Kshetra mentioned in the Mahabharata, and connecting previously to that as above, so below thing. Well, we're in a vehicle, right? And we're amongst that vehicle that is between. Hymn 458, Greta, 11 verses. Forth from the ocean sprang the wave of sweetness. Together with the stalk it turned to Amrita, that which is holy oil's mysterious title. But the god's tongue is truly Amrita's center. Let us declare aloud the name of Greta, and at this sacrifice hold it up with homage. So let the Brahman hear the praise we utter. This hath the four-horned buffalo emitted. 4 are his horns, 3 are the feet that bear him. His heads are 2, his hands are 7 in number. Bound with a triple bond, the steer roars loudly. The mighty God hath entered in to mortals. That oil in triple shape, the gods discovered, laid down within the cow, concealed by Panas. Indra produced one shape, Surya another. By their own power they formed the third from Vena. From inmost reservoir, in countless channels, flow down these rivers, which the foe beholds not. I look upon the streams of oil descending, and lo, the golden reed is there among them. Like rivers our libations flow together, cleansing themselves in inmost heart and spirit. The streams of holy oil pour swiftly downward like the wild beasts that fly before the bowman, as rushing down the rapids of a river, flow swifter than the wind and vigorous currents. The streams of oil in swelling fluctuation, like a red courser bursting through the fences, like women at a gathering, fair to look on and gently smiling, they incline to Agni. The streams of holy oil attain the fuel, and Jatavedas joyfully receives them, as maidens dock themselves with joyous adornment to join the bridal feast. I now behold them, where Soma flows and sacrifices ready. Thither the streams of holy oil are running. Send to our eulogy a herd of cattle. Bestow upon us excellent possessions. Bear to the gods the sacrifice we offer. The streams of oil flow pure and full of sweetness. The universe depends upon thy power and might. Within the sea, within the heart, within all life, may we attain that sweetly flavored wave of thine, brought at its gathering o'er the surface of the floods. And we can think of this as symbolic of the human body or something like that. But there are real spiritual entities out there. and real spiritual things that we describe in really the best way we can. And their objective reality is still their objective reality. Mandala 5, Hymn 1, Agna, 12 verses. Agna is wakened by the people's fuel to meet the dawn, who cometh like a milch cow, like young trees shooting up on high their branches. His flames are rising to the vault of heaven. For worship of the gods, the priest was wakened. At morning gracious Agni hath arisen, kindled his radiant might, is made apparent, and the great deity set free from darkness, when he hath stirred the line of his attendants. With the pure milk, pure Agni is anointed. The strength-bestowing gift is then made ready, which, spread in front, with tongues erect, he drinketh. The spirits of the pious turn together to Agni as the eyes of all to Surya. He, when both dawns of different hues have borne him, springs up at daybreak as a strong white charger. The noble one was born at day's beginning, laid red in color mid the well-laid fuel, yielding in every house, hath 7 rich treasures. Agni is seated, priest most skilled in worship. Agni hath set him down, a priest most skilful, on a sweet-smelling place, his mother's bosom, young faithful sage, preeminent o'er many, kindled among the folk whom he sustaineth. This singer, excellent at sacrifices, Agni the priest, they glorify with homage, him who spread out both worlds by law eternal. They balm with oil, strong steed, who never faileth. He, worshipful house friend, in his home is worshipped. Our own auspicious guest, lauded by sages, that strength the bull with 1,000 horns possesses. In might, O Agni, thou excellest others. Thou quickly passest by all others, Agni, for him to whom thou hast appeared most lovely, wondrously fair, adorable, effulgent, the guest of men, the darling of the people. To thee, most youthful god, to thee, O Agni, from near and far the people bring their tribute. Mark well the prayer of him who best extols thee. Great, high, auspicious Agni is thy shelter. Ascend today thy splendid car, O Agni, in splendor, with the holy ones around it. Knowing the paths by mid-air's spacious region, bring hither gods to feast on our oblation. To him adorable, sage, strong, and mighty, we have sung forth our song of praise and homage. Kavithira hath raised with prayer to Agni this laud far-reaching, like gold light to heaven. And just as we've seen the pairing of gender or gender talk, we see this also pure for the pure when it comes for offerings and behaviors that are really for our spirituality. 5:2, Agni, 12 verses. The youthful mother keeps the boy in secret pressed to her close, nor yields him to the father. But when he lies upon the arm, the people see his unfading countenance before them. What child is this thou carriest as handmaid? O youthful one, the consort queen hath borne him. The babe unborn increased through many autumns. I saw him born what time his mother bare him. I saw him from afar, gold-toothed, bright-colored, hurling his weapons from his habitation. What time I gave him Amrita free from mixture. How can the Indraless, the hymnless, harm me? I saw him moving from the place he dwells in, even as with a herd brilliantly shining. These seized him not. He had been born already. They who are gray with age again grow youthful, who separate my young bull from the cattle. They whose protector was in truth no stranger, let those whose hands have seized upon them free them. May he, observant, drive the herd to usward, mid mortal men, godless have secreted the king of all who live. Home of the people, so may the prayers of Atra give him freedom. Reproached in turn be those who now reproach him. Thou from the stake didst loosen in Sunah Sepa, bound for 1,000. For he prayed with fervor. So Agne, loose from us the bonds that bind us. When thou art seated here, O priest, who knowest, thou hast sped from me, Agne, in thine anger. This, the protector of God's laws, hath told me. Indra, who knoweth, bent his eye upon thee. By him instructed am I come, O Agne. Agne shines far and wide with lofty splendor, and by his greatness makes all things apparent. He conquers godless and malign enchantments, and sharpens both his horns to gore the Rakshas. Loud in the heaven above be Agne's roarings with keen-edged weapons to destroy the demons. Forth burst his splendors in the Soma's rapture. The godless bands press round, but cannot stay him, as a skilful craftsman makes a car. A singer, I, mighty one, this hymn for thee have fashioned. If thou, O Agne, God, accept it gladly, may we obtain thereby the heavenly waters. May he, the strong-necked steer, waxing in vigor, gather the foeman's wealth, with none to check him. Thus, to this, Agne, have the immortals spoken. To man who spreads the grass, may he grant shelter. Grant shelter to the man who brings oblation. And being protected and liberated from stuff, our own wrongdoing included, is something that we should have center to our worship, or one of the centers. Hymn 5.3, Agne, 12 verses. Thou at thy birth art Varuna, O Agne. When thou art kindled, thou becomest Mitra. In thee, O son of strength, all gods are centered. Indra art thou to man who brings oblation. Aryaman art thou, as regardeth maidens mysterious, is thy name, O self-sustainer. As a kind friend with streams of milk, they balm thee. What time thou makest wife and lord one-minded, the Marutas deck their beauty for thy glory. Yea, Rudra, for thy birth fair, brightly colored, that which was fixed as Vishnu's loftiest station. Therewith the secret of the cows thou guardest. Gods through thy glory, God who art so lovely, granting abundant gifts, gained life immortal. As their own priest have men established Agne, and served him fain for praise from him who liveth. There is no priest more skilled than thou in worship, none self-sustainer, past thee in wisdom, the man within whose house as guest thou dwellest. O God, my sacrifice shall conquer mortals. Aided by thee, O Agne, may we conquer through our oblation. Fain for wealth awakened, may we in battle in the day's assemblies. O son of strength, by riches conquer mortals. He shall bring evil on the evil plotter, who turns against us sin and outrage. Destroy this calumny of him, O Agne. Whoever injures us with double dealing, at this dawn's flushing God, our ancient fathers serve thee with offerings, making thee their envoy. When Agne to the store of wealth thou goest, a god enkindled with good things by mortals, save thou who knowest, draw thy father near thee, who counts as thine own son, O child of power. O sapient Agne, when wilt thou regard us? When skilled in holy law wilt thou direct us? Adoring thee, he gives thee many a title, when thou, good Lord, acceptest this as Father. And doth not Agne glad in strength of Godhead, gain splendid bliss when he hath waxen mighty? Most youthful Agne, verily thou bearest thy praiser safely over all his troubles. Thieves have been seen by us in open foemen. Unknown have been the plottings of the wicked. To thee these eulogies have been directed, or to the Vasu hath this sin been spoken. But this our Agne, flaming high, shall never yield us to calumny, to him who wrongs us. And first we conquer ourselves, right? And conquer that part of ourselves that gets defeated. Now, ultimately, God has the plan. So in a way, we can never be defeated if we are right. Hymn 5:4, 11 verses. Agne, O Agne, King and Lord of wealth and treasures, in thee is my delight at sacrifices. Through thee may we obtain the strength we long for, and overcome the fierce attacks of mortals. Agne, Eternal Father, offering bearer, fair to behold, far-reaching, far refulgent, from well-kept household fire, being food to feed us, and measure out to us abundant glory, the sage of men, the Lord of human races, pure, purifying Agne, balmed with butter, him the omniscient as your priest ye establish. He wins among the gods things worthy the choosing. Agne in joy, of one accord with Illa, striving in rivalry with beams of Surya. Enjoy, O Jatavedas, this our fuel, and bring the gods to us to taste oblations. As dear house friend, guest welcome in the dwelling, to this our sacrifice, come thou who knowest, and Agne having scattered all assailants, bring to us the possessions of our foemen. Drive thou away the Dasyu with thy weapon, as gaining vital power for thine own body, O son of strength, the gods thou satisfiest. So in fight save us, most heroic Agne. May we, O Agne, with our lauds adore thee, and with our gifts, fair beaming purifier, send to us wealth containing all things precious, bestow upon us every sort of riches. Son of strength, Agne, dweller in 3 regions, accept our sacrifice and our oblation. Among the gods may we be counted pious, protect us with a triply guarding shelter. Over all woes and dangers, Jatavedas, bear us as in a boat across a river, praised with our homage, even as Atra praised thee. O Agne, be the guardian of our bodies, as I, remembering thee with grateful spirit, a mortal call with might on thee immortal. Vouchsafe us high renown, O Jatavedas, and may I be immortal by my children, the pious man, O Jatavedas Agne, to whom thou grantest ample room and pleasure, gaineth abundant wealth, with sons and horses, with heroes and with kine for his well-being. And our sacrifices have results. And, of course, those results can start in this world. Hymn 5:5, Apris, 11 verses. Half the length of the other, but still 11 verses. To Agne, Jatavedas, to the flame, the well-enkindled god, offer thick sacrificial oil. He, Narasamsa, Naur beguiled, inspiriteth this sacrifice, for sage is he with sweets in hand. Adored, O Agne, hither bring Indra, the wonderful, the friend, on lightly rolling car to aid. Spread thyself out, now soft as wool, the holy hymns have sung to thee. Bring gang to us, O beautiful, open yourselves, ye doors divine, easy of access for our aid. Fill more and more the sacrifice, fair strengtheners of vital power, young mothers of eternal law, morning and night we supplicate. On the wind's flight, come, glorified, ye 2 celestial priests of man. Come ye to this our sacrifice, Ella, Sarasvati, Mahi, 3 goddesses who bring us weal. Be seated harmless on the grass, rich in all plenty, Tvashtar, come auspicious of thine own accord, help us in every sacrifice. Vanaspati, wherever thou knowest the gods' mysterious names, send our oblation thitherward, to Agne and to Varuna, Indra, the Marutas, and the gods, with Svaha, be oblation brought. And Svaha is something that people repeat with their worship, like something they'll end it with or start it with. much as people, as some people will say, Alhamdulillah, or Allahu Akbar, or SubhanAllah. Hymn 5-6, Agna, 10 verses. I value Agna, that good Lord, the home to which the kind return, whom fleet-foot coursers seek as home, and strong enduring steeds as home, bring food to those who sing thy praise. 'Tis Agna whom we laud as good, to whom the milch kine come in herds, to whom the chargers swift afoot, to whom our well-born princes come, bring food to those who sing thy praise. Agna, the god of all mankind, gives verily a steed to man. Agna gives precious gear for wealth, treasure he gives when he is pleased. Bring food to those who sing thy praise. God Agna, we will kindle thee, rich in thy splendor, fading not, so that this glorious fuel may send forth by day its light for thee. Bring food to those who sing thy praise. To thee, the splendid Lord of flame, bright, wondrous Prince of men, is brought oblation with the holy verse, O Agna, bearer of our gifts. Bring food to those who sing thy praise. These Agnes in the seats of the fire nourish each thing most excellent. They give delight, they spread abroad, they move themselves continually. Bring food to those who sing thy praise. Agna, these brilliant flames of thine wax strong like chargers mightily, who, with the treadings of their hooves, go swiftly to the stalls of kine. Bring food to those who sing thy praise, to us who laud thee. Agna, bring fresh food and safe and happy homes. May we who have sung hymns to thee have thee for envoy in each house. Bring food to those who sing thy praise, thou brilliant God, within thy mouth warmest both ladies of the oil. So, fill us also in our hymns abundantly, O Lord of strength, bring food to those who sing thy praise. Thus Agna have we duly served with sacrifices and with hymns. May he give us what we crave, store of brave sons and fleet-foot steeds. Bring food to those who sing thy praise. And we can worship with the fire and all that. We don't necessarily have to treat them as deities, but we can also treat it as symbolic forms of ourselves, right? We have, we have this will, and we have that which is brought along by the will, which the maintaining of this directed will is part of why sacred fires are maintained.